We actually have one other testimony today. Mr. Adams, Matt, would you guys come up here a minute? This is just a really special testimony, just like Bruce's testimony. And Mr. Adams isn't here during the week that he could film it. He actually lives up by Ocala, but he's here visiting his son, Matt. You guys all know Matt. He works back at the cameras. And we just wanted to ask Mr. Adams to just share a minute about what God has done recently. If you want to come over here.
Good morning, everyone. I'll warn you now, this may get a little emotional. I've went through this numerous times, and I haven't got through it completely yet. So please bear with me. I'm sure some of you have listened to Matt as he's kept you updated over the weeks. But for those of you that don't know, in mid-July, I had to undergo emergency brain surgery. Surgery for which they gave me no chance of coming off the OR table. Matter of fact, when my wife was talking to the doctor about signing the papers, the doctor told her, without the surgery, he has no chance whatsoever. With the surgery, he has a very small chance. So she said, I'm going to sign the papers. I want to give him that chance. He's going to come out of it. The doctor told her, good, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So they proceeded on to the OR. She was told later by one of the OR nurses that my physician was an extremely religious man. Not only did he pray while scrubbing up, but he also prayed before he started the surgery, as he always did with his patients. Each of his patients, he did that. But this time he did a little something different also. He looked at his surgical team and said, we have an extremely difficult case here. And I asked that each of you pray. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter what you say, but pray for Mr. Adams to come through this. As you can see, I did. The ICU staff and the doctors on duty in the ICU, after I started to recover, referred to me as the miracle man. I'll take that. No, it's okay. I'll get there. In the first part of September, when I went to visit the doctor for a follow-up, it's the first time I'd seen him since the surgery. We were waiting in his office, and I thought I'd pull a little prank on him. As he walked in, I stood up, held out my hand, and said, "Hi, do you remember me?" Knowing, of course, that he would. And he shook my hand and said, "Yes, I do." He said, "But I never expected to be talking to you in this office." After I picked myself up off the floor for a doctor saying something like that, I said, "Well, I understand that you and the team prayed for me before the surgery." He said, "Yes, we did." He said, "I thought that I would need a little more than what my training and experience could provide. And I got it." I said, "Praise the Lord for that." Then I went on to tell him about the rest of the prayer that was offered to me. Friends and family in West Virginia, friends in Illinois, Nebraska, Texas, my home church in Summerfield outside of Ocala, and then you folks here in Naples. And I do thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. But all of this just goes to show what the power of prayer is and that it works. I call myself the standing example of that, and I say that proudly. The ironic thing in all of this is, last Christmas, while visiting our son, my wife and I came to the altar. And gave our heart back to Jesus after a long delay. We went back to Summerfield and started looking for a home church, one where we could feel like family, and we found it in April. And at the first opportunity in July 11th, we were baptized. Before I could go back to church again the following Sunday, I was in the OR. When talking to my pastor about doing a testimony at our church, I'd asked him to relay this story, because I knew what would happen to me if I tried to get up and give it. He said, yes, I want that message to get across, but you need to do it. So I was telling him about the baptism and how ironic it is, and he said, Don, he said, what you need to think about is what would have happened had that not occurred. I said, Pastor, there ain't a doubt in my mind. I wouldn't be here today. So what I say to you today, if there's any of you out there that don't know Jesus, have not taken him into your heart, you need to do so. I thought I was a very healthy individual. I walked 2.5 to 4 miles, 5 to 6 days a week. I played golf 4 days a week. I mowed my yard every week. I rode my bike. Here, I thought even at 66 years old, I was the picture of health. Not to be. So don't wait because you're in good shape, you're in good health, because you never know what's going to happen. Get to know Jesus. Take him into your heart. There's an old saying, never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. And that goes for knowing Jesus. I thank you very much, and I thank you again for all of your prayers. God bless you.